There's the creek shows again.
That thing gonna take off on its own.
I got 200 gigabytes of storage.
Hey, who's paying that on?
I don't know if it's always there.
Leave my kids a fucking world where
It's
other
always
grown
there.
ass fucking men want to tell another fucking man what they're gonna do.
It's always there.
Is it?
I don't know.
They give them badges because they're cowards. They didn't learn a fucking thing from the 1930s.
Keep clean the fucking switch.
Motherfuckers that don't know the history of bound to repeat. So all the people are up and around here with them.
He left a note a long time ago.
You guys must really support this sheriff.
Sure do.
I did too until you made a big ass mistake and hired a killer.
And that's your opinion. Everybody's got one.
That's a fact, dude.
It's your opinion.
That's a fact.
It's your opinion. Everybody's got one.
Well, watch, because there's going to be a bunch of them go to Guantanamo Bay.
You may be one of them.
You just might be one of them.
Hey,
won't be
hey,
one of 'em.
I've had the feds at my house 4 times. If I was going, I'd done been gone.
I don't know how it is. We all get wrapped up in our emotions and our feelings. And
Exactly. That's why y'all are in Carrollton. That's why people from out of town are here.
Well,
They don't even live here.
I ain't seen
They're
media
playing
here.
all, they're going on media. You cannot believe the media, you know this.
Well,
I've
yeah,
watched
this-
your video.
I mean, what happened to you? What happened to you? If you look at your old post,
Oh my God, you're awesome.
if you look at your old post, you used to be normal.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm only
Obama?
down here about peace.
Exactly.
Obama, nah, you didn't watch any. I don't comment on them.
No,
guys.
but
They're
you
all
put
good.
that thing about
We
everybody
are
going to
too.
Guantanamo.
They
Biden and
are
all of them going to Guantanamo.
Bay. We
Yes.
put
This
so
is no
many
different.
millions of dollars in Guantanamo Bay getting it ready.
This
for
is
these
this
guys.
is
much
shit
we
that they put
agree.
in your head to think that
I
he's
don't.
bad.
I don't watch television, guys.
No, it's, you listen to
either.
social
I
media.
research.
You're listening
It's
to social media.
division.
I don't
Division.
listen. I research and I do my own research.
Exactly.
I don't follow
You're-
anybody.
it's-
I do my own.
Exactly.
It's my opinion.
If you go down to
And
Nashville,
see, your opinion, you're allowed to have your opinion.
Uh-huh.
We're allowed to have our opinion.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
that's what this is for.
Absolutely.
That's
I got
exactly what
100
this is
of them
for.
and I pass them out all the time.
That's what this is for, because everybody has their rights.
that's what I told Greg. I said, I'd love to meet you. I want to talk
My
to
rights
you.
stop where yours begin.
Exactly.
I'm glad
So,
you met you.
And
I don't
and your
understand the
rights don't
conflict.
override my rights.
Correct.
Barbie.
But that
That's
sign
that's
right
the
there's
problem
gotta
with
go.
these ones that come from out of town, is they all think their rights, even though they don't live here, override everybody that lives here that voted for this
Wait a minute,
sheriff.
that Constitution gives everybody the right, no matter where they come from.
Exactly, but they don't see it that way. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
They got you thinking
No,
you're
not
on.
me.
But listen to me.
got
Listen
you.
to me for
I got
a
you.
minute.
Yeah,
They got you thinking that they're on their side.
Who?
The
Got
ones
me
that was
thinking.
just down here that left. You know the one I got the
Chris and
picture of?
Tiffany. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the other ones that y'all was taking pictures of for the Amy and all of them. Destiny. I got a picture of all of you
yeah,
all.
I don't know them
Her-
people.
her
Said
hate-
this, yeah, but I
But-
wouldn't.
but
Her
that's-
hate is all over the place.
But that's the
We're
thing.
not racist.
We're all
I
free
swear.
thinkers.
There is no
You're allowed to
color.
have your opinion. I'm allowed to have my
There
opinion.
is no color.
I
Everybody's
agree
trying
with
to
that
get their
100%.
rights.
But
I mean,
when there's a conflict of opinions, right? Now we.
But you
now
see,
we-
we're talking.
Hang on,
But
right?
you-
Exactly.
we're
But see,
talking.
when you have an opinion and you have it, or so let's just say me and you.
Yeah.
And by the way, I wanted to meet you after I watched your videos before.
I don't do Obama. I don't.
No,
No, your
no,
treasons
no.
and
We're
stuff.
talking about
We
when
agree.
you was
We
talking
agree.
about Biden and all of them need to go to Guantanamo.
Okay.
Yes,
So
we agree.
what I was getting at, I have an opinion and she has an opinion.
Yes.
If we can't come to a mutual agreement within that,
Exactly.
guess what we got to do?
That's
Now,
Exactly.
now we got to bring in a third party,
This is-
a mediator, to find out
There you
who's
go.
right within that book right there you
Exactly.
got in your pocket.
And
And
the
this
media-
is what we should be doing. We should be standing here talking instead of screaming at each
Absolutely.
other.
And
So
the media
why would the
causes
sheriff
the
hire a
division.
guy that mag dumps and kills a woman? Why would you?
Okay, then by that
Would you let him babysit your children?
So by that same thinking, you're saying veterans are bad because they're in a war and they have to mag dump into houses and stuff.
My father was in World War II.
My dad was in Vietnam.
I have a different opinion on that
There's
now.
a rabbit hole here.
They're not
People
heroes.
don't
They're
realize
devil
that.
dogs. They're going over there fighting wars for bankers.
And see here,
Pretty much.
I know it.
And another thing,
The activate
But
the Act of
but here's my
1871
thing.
changed the Constitution around.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem.
because they were
Okay,
corporation. it ain't
here's my
constitution.
problem.
Corporate U.S. Inc.
We're making a big deal because Ryan hired Costco, right?
That's what it's all about. I think.
So
At least that's what my deal's
So
about.
why aren't y'all taking the same energy to Louisville, Cincinnati, any of these other bigger cities where gang violence is going on,
I've been
and
here.
they're killing each other?
I've been here a year.
But
and
I'm
a half.
not seeing no videos.
I've been here a year and a half doing this by myself, trying to talk to these people. Peaceful. Before this.
Exactly.
You want a rabbit
So if
hole,
you
I can
can't,
give a
if you
rabbit
won't
hole.
talk
I
to
mean,
me,
it goes
then I've got to
all the
get
way
you on
back.
film violating that and not doing your duties. I have to. It's my obligation. Our children and our grandchildren's futures depend on it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just as mine as
And
well
it's
as
what it-
yours,
actually what
as
it's
well
about
as the
is the
sheriffs and
children.
as well as
But this is the
the piece of
thing.
shit county attorney.
But the thing is, we need to sit and talk about this shit instead of fighting with each
I've
other.
got video. I'd love to
You know,
share it
if-
with you.
if
I'm
all of
trying
us-
to get the chief of
if
police,
all of
the
us
mayor,
ever found-
the sheriff, and this
United we
cocksucker
stand,
over here.
divided we fall.
If we ever
To
found
call an
common,
emergency town meeting around
Exactly.
here, and I would come in and talk. But they won't do that
exactly.
because they're policy pushers. They're not peace officers. 18 U.S.C. 1692E talks about false and misleading representation. Constitution you got in your pocket says peace officers. What's these fucking police officers? Policy enforcers. And I get it.
Yeah.
But see, the look right now that I'm getting from you is you are supporting that,
But yeah.
the lie. Because it is a lie.
Media,
They're supposed to be
media
peace
calls-
officers according to what you got in your pocket.
Yeah.
But the media causes other
But
people
why are
to
they
think
called
things too.
police officers? Now you seem to know about the Act of 1871 that changed it to a corporate constitution.
Yes.
There you go.
I'll give you
There's
a
the
rabbit-
connection.
If you want a rabbit hole, I'll give
Now
you
that's
a rabbit
corporate.
hole.
That's
I mean,
policy.
Yeah.
Police. Policy. And they act like they're doing the right thing. They're not God, people.
No.
They're not.
Nobody says they are.
And I liked Ryan. I even tried to talk to Ryan long before this. I've got Ryan's cell phone number. I've been to Ryan's house.
Mm.
And the man I am, I would never give his fucking phone number out, and I would
Can I-
never tell where he
Can I ask you
lives.
something? Is this unusual for Ryan? To
I don't.
you?
I don't
mean,
know him that like that. I've only
mean, it is to us.
what?
It's an unusual, out of place thing for Ryan.
Out of
There's a
place.
reason. There's got to be a reason.
I've known Ryan all my life.
Ryan
Exactly.
probably is not the one that made that call. Listen, the corruption is
Did-
deep here. The prosecutor and the fucking judges are
If you
involved in
read-
international terrorism.
Okay, if you read,
That's what's going on, and he's just a puppet.
well,
He's a puppet, and he doesn't realize
Let me tell
that.
you something.
It'd be easier, but
I
we
gotta
got
tell you
permission
something
to put
else.
Signs up too,
Uh,
you know.
did
If
you
we
know?
do, we'll put them right in front of yours where it's more fitting to the truth.
Well, now y'all
What was
said
that now,
you look
DOJ?
up close to the sidewalk, we moved it.
Well, that's only one of the laws
There's
you're
a rabbit
violating.
hole since 1985.
You're also
If
violating
you
all the
look-
processes that
If
are
you
done by the
look
state.
across the globe, whenever
See
one
that
of these
right
bad
there?
cops gets
That big
fired,
thing?
they
That
move to
sign
the
is
next
that the
county
courthouse
over. They
approved.
tell them to hurry up and resign.
You see this
Okay.
pole right here?
You
This is
realize
something that was
when
facilitated
Ryan
through the
said-
courts. See how professional that is?
I told you
This
that
sign right
we
here,
believe
that
he is
sign
a
is that
great
was approved through the
asset
courts. You can't just stick a crude sign in the ground
Right? That was his
without
asset.
having any professional
What was the
training.
asset? What
And we're not going to keep going round and round about it because
Uh,
it's been resolved through the system.
ass is
I
the
didn't want
first
to do it
word
that
there.
way though.
DOJ,
I wanted to
Your
come out
ass
here
sits there
let
and
you
collects
know
money
that
and
I
don't do a
like it,
fucking
that
thing.
It offends me that it's illegal, and I hope we could have a civil
He's
conversation.
a revenue agent.
But it didn't go that
That's
way.
what he's here for. He's to
You didn't learn how to
collect
behave.
revenue.
You don't come at somebody physically.
maybe it's the past
You don't
that was
call
here.
in a
We
mob
don't
to
know.
start threatening and
Yeah, but
intimidating
see,
people.
dear, I love everybody, right?
I don't know. Did you get
I
called in
literally
the
love
other day?
everybody.
Love people.
Even we're talking right now, and we may be on two opposite sides of the spectrum,
You did, but that's
Even
not
with
what I said. What I
research,
said
as
was
he said,
y'all get
opinions.
calls.
That's fine.
We had to bring our
No
grandson
violence.
home.
Well, he was on the
All
phone
love.
asking people
Because
to come.
what I'm fighting
Well,
for is the same
people
fucking
live
thing I
across
want
the
for
street.
my children as I want for
Call a
yours.
single phone.
I'm not. This ain't about me.
You
It's
did.
about him.
Who did I call?
You.
I don't
It's
know, you
about
were
that
calling them
air
to say
that
you
we
better get
both.
down here now.
When we wake up every morning,
City
Oh, you
College.
have the recording.
that is an act of
No,
God
we
when you
were
take
all
that
on
breath
the
every
city
fucking day.
Yeah.
Now, what did you do with that breath
I don't
that
mind
day?
if that's
Was
what
it
you
a
did.
loving,
That's what I call.
or was it?
But what is the irony of that many people showing up?
So how
right
can
there,
somebody
right then, when you were
take
making
and throw
those-
somebody in a fucking
That
cage
is, that's
where they've
inciting
not
a riot.
brought any harm upon nobody? You breached the peace, Sheriff. You're going to Guantanamo Bay.
But here's my thing.
Nothing's gonna.
Here's
I'm
my
not going to
thing.
be able to stop that.
But
You
see,
ain't.
you gotta pick what.
We don't pick. No, it's one or the other. It's
No,
right
no.
or
What
wrong.
I'm saying is, you gotta pick your fights.
Has
Like,
somebody
like say,
I
we went
choose-
down it. We
I
went
choose to
down.
lay a foundation for my children when I'm gone.
We went and helped
Right.
all over Kentucky. When the tornadoes hit, when the floods hit, we went all over and hugged and helped. Where was these people to help out?
How do we know they weren't?
I was there.
I reached
Of
out.
course
to
I
you.
was there every day.
You found out a little bit about me.
Being
I don't know
heavily
these two
harassed
people, right?
by the
This is
people
the
in your
first time that I've
Facebook
met them, but I've
My
seen
wife
them
has
here.
been threatened.
But I reached out to
You know
them.
that?
You know
My
why?
horses.
Because I know
I've
they
been
got
called
good
a child
intentions.
molester by your group.
I feel the energy.
Y'all
I
lying
know
about
what's
me. I don't
going
know
on
about
behind the
you all
scenes. I
because
know
I
what's
can't
coming
put
down
you
the
and
pipe.
you
They're
as
all
the
going to
people saying it
Guantanamo
for
Bay.
you.
They
But I
better
can
get
say
out
this,
while they
it's
can.
coming from your group.
Because
and
at the
you
end
guys
of the day,
collect and
no
organize.
harm.
Because
So
you
if
guys
a man
have
had
collected
2
and
beers,
organized
gets
on
in
a
his
private
car, and you throw him in a
Facebook page,
cage,
I have access to
no
it.
harm there. You're going to Guantanamo
Yes,
Bay.
I do.
Oh, don't want
Well, you see what I'm getting
I
at,
know
though,
who you
right?
all are.
You said you had the authority. You act like you wanted to
It's
jump
too
in
late.
God's
We already
role
got all the
and take
information
that
to the
man
right
goes to a cage. You made that
It is what it
decision.
is. But what you
You
guys
brought
are
harm.
doing,
But
it's
also,
not right.
you had to
It's
watch the
unethical.
persecution.
What do you mean why? You're attacking
And
people.
like
We're
if you have
standing
things,
right.
she'll jump on
No,
there
that is
and show
not
you
standing
something to the
right. That's
media.
being unlawful and
No
unsafe.
documents.
Why is it being? How are we
Because
being
of the
unlawful?
behavior. Because of the actions.
What are we? How are we acting? We sit on that
He
corner.
tried to hit me.
I see.
No,
No, I see.
What were you
That's
doing?
a phone.
I see.
Okay,
you
do you
get in
realize
his
that's
face.
assault?
I seen you get in
You
his
can't.
face.
What if I walked up and grabbed your camera?
But also, you walking
Did I
up in his
touch your
face is
camera?
assault too.
You don't know.
Yes.
Look, I'll show you
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Public
Look.
shame.
You see how close
It's
that
public
looks?
shaming.
You see how
Just like
close?
you,
Ain't
like how
public
close you are right
shaming us.
now.
We was
I
down
was
there.
showing you.
But I'm just saying though, that's assault.
But I wasn't doing that to him. That was me to you.
Yeah.
Look,
Listen to both
Look
sides.
at my screen and tell him how close that looks. Yeah. That's.
If you, but you got to think
Well,
about
I'm just
this.
going by the
You
video
got to
that
think
he
about the big
posted.
picture.
That
I know
video
the big
shows
picture.
No,
the
you
camera
don't.
in
I
you.
intended on
Listen to me.
Yes.
Listen to me.
Yes.
I know you like to
Okay.
talk.
No,
I know you
no,
like to
no,
talk,
no.
but just listen for
Right
1
up
minute.
face.
Listen for
That's
1
the very
minute.
first thing you
Say
see.
you're
Is
here.
or not?
You're here for this.
Okay.
You're on this
Why, it can't
side,
be cut out.
and you're here for something you put up, something you believe in.
I wouldn't have left it.
No, listen. Just listen. Just listen. Just listen.
But that's my point.
But you're not letting me make my point. Just listen for a minute.
Okay, but it can't happen
I know.
because I
Okay,
can't break
say
law.
it's a Black Lives Matter rally, and you got to sign up like they did up in Washington. They had them hanging on churches and stuff.
Controlled by
Okay, I
the
wouldn't do that.
Bureau of
Okay,
Land
but-
Management.
I wouldn't
Just
hang it.
hypothetically,
I would carry
hypothetically.
it. So if you want to translate
But
it
if
to
somebody
me
got up in your
carrying my
face,
sign,
wouldn't you try to keep somebody back?
what do you mean? He didn't. I wasn't in his face.
He was standing there.
You're
And you walked
twice
on
as
your own
close.
video. You walked up to him.
You're
Yeah.
so close. You're not even in my camera frame right now.
Mm.
And
You are.
look, here's where we were. Right here. I had his whole
Right in your face.
everything. Now, her camera, she had hers turned upright, and she was standing 3 feet farther away. I was on this side. That handrail's what stopped him from getting to me.
No, that phone
hand
right
over
in
the
your
If he'd
face.
wanted you, he would have got you.
Huh?
If he'd wanted you, he would have got you.
He
Yeah.
came at it. He was coming at my phone. Is that what you're saying? Because all I know that
No.
reached.
He reached out because you in his
He was in his
face.
face.
That phone.
No, you're not understanding. This is a 1.5 times
Yeah,
zoom.
but other people
Watch.
were videoing.
See that? Look how far I am from her.
And there's a few others that
Where
was
was
too.
it?
It's what it's.
I was on that side of the handrail. He was in the middle of the damn steps.
No, I was not. I was against this
Okay,
handrail
no
over here.
arguing.
All
Talk
right,
civil.
all right.
Look, how
Talk.
big are
Couldn't have
your arms?
reached you if you was on
Hey,
my side.
hey,
I was able
hey,
to come
hey,
down.
hey, let's talk civil. Let's talk civil. Let's be civil. Be civil. This is no, we don't need to be out here yelling.
Look,
It's
we
a
don't
business
need-
day.
You can't accept accountability by denial, though. and he's lying. He's lying. He wanted me. He didn't want to be on camera,
Well-
so he tried to snag my phone. I get that, but that's illegal, bro.
And it's and like you said, if it goes to court, they'll review the video. I mean, and the video's going to show.
But I'm not out here trying to get you guys in trouble.
Then why
That's not what I wanted.
Did Costco kill somebody? Why
It
is
is.
he here?
Why?
Because it's illegal to have that sign up.
Why?
You can't
State
drive it
the
in
law.
the ground and leave it here on state property.
This is
That's not state property.
No, this
This
is-
is county property.
County property is
Well,
delegated by the state.
Can you
Yes,
can you
you're right.
read? Can you
County
tell
and state same.
me? Can you tell me where it's illegal in the state law
Where
or
it's-
in the county law?
Yes.
Show me.
Absolutely.
Tell me.
County law is called county ordinance. City law is called city ordinance.
Okay.
State law is called KRS.
So by your way of thinking, all these fair signs that they put up was illegal.
They go through a
Sign
process.
regulations.
Okay, so
No,
hang on a minute. Let me
no.
have one conversation.
County ordinance on signs are the same everywhere.
Here's how it works. These are ran through a major court process. It's all done in the minutes. I can show you the minutes.
I'd like to see them.
In the minutes, they have delegated positions of employees that are designed nothing but for their part in putting the sign in. They got all these DOT rules to follow for signage along the street, which is why you guys moved it back. You saw that one. You saw that 30 feet from the center of the road.
Which actually wasn't illegal.
But it also says in that very same DOT, yeah, it is, it's KRS.
Okay.
It's actually in section
Again,
92.
fair signs are right on the road.
Who's theirs?
Fair.
The street.
Fair.
Oh, fair.
Fair signs.
shouldn't do that.
The Vacation Bible School signs. They're all on the edge of the roads
On public property or on
on
people's?
county property.
None of the signs are supposed to be within 30 feet of the center of the road.
This is
period.
the county's property. So therefore, it's our property. We pay taxes.
all of our property.
If you pay taxes in Kentucky,
Oh,
you live in
oh,
Indiana.
No. State is taking a melting pot of federal funds. It's
Okay.
not just.
And your state gets your part.
And if I come over here to Kentucky and purchase something, I'm paying your state tax as well.
For that.
Same as you.
For that.
And I work in Kentucky
which
too,
is
by the way, which I pay
which
Kentucky
your
tax.
taxes are paying for your gas to drive on
I live
the interstate.
Listen, I live in Indiana, but my taxes pay in Kentucky because I work in Kentucky. So when they take my money out,
So when do
for
you work?
taxes.
Because you're always on the videos.
bro, I work more than you know. I've
I
been
mean-
working. Look, I've been running a construction business, commercial construction business, for 25 years.
Yeah, I know.
I'm at the point now where I only have to work about 3 days a week and nothing but commercial, and that's my
There's
life.
a lot of bad reviews.
But
on
I'm
it, too.
also no, I don't. I have some liars on there from the past two.
No, these are old ones.
Where?
They're
Where
from
do I have
20
one? Oh,
From when you first started.
You're wrong.
I'm not
You're wrong.
trying to cause trouble,
but
but
you're wrong.
But you know,
You're wrong. That's called defamation. You're wrong.
but
I
that's
promise
fine.
you, I didn't get
defamation. I mean,
I didn't get one bad
you
review.
calling us redneck hillbillies and all that's defamation.
Right, that's not the same as just trying to say
And
someone's
it, that we're
business.
inbred and all that.
That's not the same as
Yeah.
saying somebody's business did something wrong. That's my money.
It's just
my
like
income.
you're going to your sheriff's office. That's defamation.
How is that defamation going to the sheriff's office?
Do you know Ryan? Do you know him personally?
I do now. Yeah.
No, I don't. think
Oh,
you
I do now. But that's a sheriff. They work for me. Why am I not supposed to be? Why are you telling me
I'm
that
not
I
telling
can't go
you.
into
I'm
my
not telling.
sheriff's
I'm not.
office?
See, you're raising your voice. We're talking.
No, I talk loud.
We're talking.
Okay.
Be civil.
But you just said I can't go
Be,
in the sheriff's office.
no, I did not. No, I did not.
Well, what did
But
you
the
mean
way
by
you
that?
go in and talk to them ladies, you need to tone it down a
What
little
do you mean,
bit.
ladies?
Behind the counter.
Listen, if I am doing business, and I know legal business, trust me.
Oh, I do too.
If I'm doing legal business and I'm not given the service that I pay for, I am going to say to that person, you need to give me the service I pay for. Just like if you went to McDonald's and ordered a burger and they gave you a fish sandwich and then told you to fuck off when you tried to get a burger. You're going to say, listen, lady, I paid for this burger. I want a burger. I didn't want a fish sandwich, right? That's not misbehaving. That's making sure that people do what they're
but
supposed to
if
do
you
and
raise
you're
your
getting
voice,
upset.
it's disorderly conduct.
No, it's not. Disorderly conduct has totally different rules, and they can't be a government employee can't be the victim of a disorderly. Okay, unless you put hands on them, and then that's assault and disorderly. You got to break the law for them to be able to tell you or take legal action against you.
But it's courtesy. It's a courtesy though. I mean, them ladies. You're not mad at them
I
ladies.
have courteous behavior
But-
when I start.
But you're not mad at them ladies.
I
And-
was when they denied me service, yes. I got mad at them because when I first came here the very first time, the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to file a complaint, okay? They told me that I couldn't. I was pissed. That's like you go to McDonald's, say, I want a cheeseburger. No, you're not getting one. Not
They have
you.
told me that.
Not you.
They have told me that. You can't get that right now.
What?
If you say they tell you can't get something right now, same thing.
Oh, well, you're
They can't tell you can't get that. That's
Yeah,
illegal.
Exactly, but that's a bad example.
No, it was what happened in that case.
Yes.
They told me
then
I
they
could
fixed
not
it.
have it. They said we do not have complaint forms. And then they try to tell me to talk directly to the sheriff for a complaint. That's intimidating as shit, and it's way not legal process.
Why would it be? If you're over here for the sheriff, why would that be intimidating?
Who said I was here for the sheriff at that
You
point?
did.
At that point? No, I was here to file a complaint. That was it. I wanted to drop a complaint. Listen, here's how it would go. And you've seen videos if you watch my channel where it works. I go in, I say I want to file a complaint. Now, that would be if that's a circumstance that a cop needs a complaint for doing something wrong. If they hand me the form and say, here you go, sir, and here's a pen if you need it, and I fill it out, and I hand it back to them, and they say, we will make sure that you get a record of this in 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. I walk out and the video's done.
And as far as them locking you out, the courthouse is closed at 4:30, as long as I can remember.
I was actually here at 4:20, and I was parked right there.
You was here at 4:43 because it's on your video.
More than that. There's more than you know, because not everything was playing
See, that's
during that video.
that's the thing.
I'll tell you how it worked. I got here at 1.
Yeah, I know that.
I went in, I asked to do the complaint process. They denied me. They threw me loose. They said I had to face the sheriff himself, all that. I knew all that was not the legal process. Right off the bat, we had a problem. I went and I ate, and I came back at like 4:15, 4:20, parked right there, filled out my complaint on my own paper because I knew they weren't going to
Yeah,
give
I
me
seen
the process. So I ripped the paper out. I knew that they were going to be closing. It said 5 online, but I started seeing people coming out. So it was 4:28 by my phone, which is satellite time. I walked up to that door. Brian Meredith, Officer Meredith, seen me through the window and ran away. And I'm like, how fucking disrespectful is that? You know what I'm saying? So I said, come on, get back over here to the window. Just take my complaint. That's all I wanted. That was it. He wasn't going to do it. Now, if you guys don't think that you got a problem, trust me, when you need to file a complaint and that's the way you're done,
we have
you won't
more
get
of a
it.
problem with the other judicial department of this state, of this county, than the police and sheriff's department.
This county judicial process?
Yeah.
I liked the one up there, Will Hyde. He seemed pretty fair.
Well, he's cool as hell.
Well, that's whose county?
David?
Who?
David,
Yeah.
Well,
the judge, right?
Yeah, county circuit judge.
Yeah, I
might
talked to
have
him about 8 months ago about human trafficking.
he might have some issues that he needs to learn, like legal things that he still, because he didn't know the process of that sign. You know, that tells me that he's probably lacking.
So why hasn't he come out here and told us to take it down yet?
He will.
We're waiting.
Well, because now I filed against it.
Okay.
I didn't want to have to do it that route, but that was the way it turned out.
And we
So
have the
now-
right to go against your filings.
So now the way it'll work is it'll stay in the system until they're done with the whole process. Because
Well, we know to be down here when they have court.
Yeah.
So.
well, no, we won't have court.
Oh yeah, they will on that. They will on that. They'll have a hearing whether or not they're going to take it down.
No, you're not understanding. It's criminal charges
For what?
for the way things went the other day.
No, I'm talking about the sign.
That's part of it. That's criminal code. Yeah, KRS.
Okay, and it has to go through.
It's already underway. So it goes through the report process, starts at the PD.
Yeah, we've
police
already
station.
read that.
Okay, and then because it was on county property, which is state property, the agency for that part of it, which is the sign, is going to be the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm.
So once the PD and the sheriff have both put in all of the incident reports, the records, then it goes to the prosecutor over here. Okay, that prosecutor, I've been told, is probably going to recuse because he's it's too close of a case for him, too personal. So he's going to end up recusing more than likely. And if he doesn't, he's got to see all the evidence that's compiled and put in front of him by the 2 police departments, right? Then he looks through it and compares that evidence and says, this is a violation, this is not a violation, this is a violation, so on and so forth. If he finds it just one violation, then you guys, whoever was the thing that he saw that he sees a person, that person has to go to court for charges. And they might not get charged. You know, they might
Very
go in front
doubtful.
of the judge. The judge might say, hey, don't do it again, or here's a small fine, or just pay court costs and get out of here, don't do it no more.
Or dismissed without prejudice.
I've got a
Well, that's
question
pretty
to
rare
that.
because it costs the court money to do it.
I've got
They do it a lot
question to
here.
that. Why wouldn't these guys be reprimanded for allowing it?
Who?
The sheriff and Marsh.
Well,
instead of going
well,
through
that's
all
a
of
civil
this.
court process.
Right.
So that's the other avenue I am taking, and I'm trying to avoid it, just like I tried to avoid taking action against the group that put the sign up. I
Hell,
have
I'm
been,
part of the sign.
You're not,
I am part of the sign.
right? Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I mean,
You
that's
know?
why I said we're,
And look-
we're ready to fight this.
But I have not
if
once-
people from other counties and other states can come over here and dictate our county,
Well,
then-
why don't you take the other road? Why don't you say you guys can't leave signs instead of saying we're gonna put a sign and it's illegal?
well, I mean, it's kind of a double-edged thing, you know, because even
Problem solved
even though she's carrying it with her when she leaves, her putting signs up, that's defamation about killer cops.
No.
And her calling us KKK.
That right
and
there.
you
We're not
calling us
KKK.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
That none of
My
the people in your
mom
group,
and my
bro.
grandfather
I'm
and my
not, I might not
grandmother
be talking about you.
was full-blooded Cherokee. That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
Well, no, it's not, because you might not know
Are
that
you
someone
KKK?
else.
Because they're right over in Indiana. They're right over in Madison.
They're everywhere. Now, that's
Exactly.
what I'm
They're not
saying.
here.
Do you know that they infiltrated law enforcement in the 60s?
Mm.
That there were so many people working amongst great cops that were actually going to rallies and doing racist KKK events.
Even before that, Nuremberg.
I mean, some
You
of this.
guys don't know exactly what every person in your organized group that you did on Facebook, you don't know what every single person is doing.
We know each other.
I know what
Did
me and
any of
him's
you all
doing.
know that there was a guy in
And
your
I know
group?
I'm not KKK, and you sit there and call. You sit there.
I said the group, and
Okay,
I'm grouping the
we're
whole
in the
group
group.
because I do feel that there is someone,
You feel.
if
That's
not
an
more.
emotion. That's
no,
not
no,
an
no, no.
actual
Based
fact.
on behaviors, based on facts.
But no. You
Yes,
said just
when
behavior.
someone says
Wait a minute, you
when
just
someone
said-
says something
Tone me
about a
down,
black
tone
girl
me down a
getting
little
killed
bit.
and it's great, that tells me it's racism.
Did you just not say based on behavior?
Based on the facts,
Uh,
along with the behavior.
Okay.
Because is it not a fact if someone types good to a black girl getting killed? Is that not
Can I
racist?
ask you the same question I asked
can
him?
see that, and I don't sure. That.
Okay. Y'all are making this big deal about Cosgrove, right?
Oh yeah. he
So when are
murdered-
y'all gonna go in the West End, South End, and all these other areas
We
where
do.
black on black are killing each other?
Yeah,
Go
what-
to the city
what's
leaders
wrong
and get these gangs
How's
stopped.
my channel not government though? My channel's based on government issues.
It's
I can only bite so many pieces of apples. You know what I'm saying?
but when you
Why don't you
but
do
would,
that?
but would you rather?
There are channels that do that. Why don't
I'm
you
not-
do
I'm
it?
not out here doing this.
Well, that's your problem though. Like your
I'm out
issue.
here. You know, when we had the
Thinking
tornadoes, I went and helped with the tornadoes.
I did that
When I
too.
went and did the floods, I've went all over Kentucky,
I do that too.
and I've helped out.
And I don't do it on here, you know.
And
But
I
I've
don't
done
either.
that. I put on what's called
So
Hogs
could I
for
bring-
Henryville.
you
You
think I
remember
could
that
bring a
big
sign in
motorcycle
your
ride
yard and
everybody
throw
and
it
the
out
mom
there
knew about?
and
That was
leave
me
it?
that organized that. I do those things too.
But where are these social,
But I mean,
social,
here's the
social
thing, would be
justice
right,
warriors?
wouldn't
when
My
people in
channel,
Kentucky need it?
listen,
Right. It's
my
not-
channel
so in that-
is
and-
due
and
to an
that
incident
same
that
instance,
occurred
right? It's
against
not
me and my
mine or it's not
girlfriend
yours, but yet
by
we do
police
control
coming
it.
in our door,
We're
breaking her
permission to do it.
spine.
Which is in Indiana law. They don't have to have a warrant to walk in now.
Like hell.
No, they don't. Look it up.
Dude, no, it's
That's why I
your
would not
Fourth
move to Indiana.
Amendment. Are you kidding me?
No.
It's a federal law that they can't come in your house
Look
without
it
a
up.
warrant.
It was passed
Oh
in
my God, look,
2020.
don't argue about that. This is way off.
I'm serious. That's why I moved out.
But listen
wouldn't
to
move
me
to
what I'm
Indiana.
trying to say, because I'm trying to address the one thing at a time.
Yeah.
You said, why am I not biting off all these other issues? Okay? Because I can only handle the one I'm doing, and barely, right? Now listen why I do it. It caused my life to get destroyed. An agency lied on police reports. An agency falsified information so that they could see what was in my house. And the way they conducted it, fucked our lives up. Broke her spine, tore her rotator cuff. I was in handcuffs getting beat with men with guns after they shot at me with an AR in my own fucking home. So, do I have an issue with government? If that's what they're doing, yes, I have an issue with them doing that.
But aren't you doing the same thing that you say other people are doing to black people? You're judging all by one
No, not at all.
Or
Not
by
at all,
group?
because I only respond.
because you're going to all these different.
Now you have to
towns.
understand why I'm in
police
Carrollton. Are
departments.
you ready for this? This is what happened. There's your facts are coming. 2 of the police officers for LMPD falsified the information. Does this sound familiar? On a warrant, which caused an innocent group, people that were, no, they weren't doing anything illegal. They weren't. There was nothing illegal. Why wouldn't Kenneth
Look at the
Walker have
Officer
gotten
Tatum
arrested?
report.
Come on, man.
I'm serious.
No, what are you saying they did?
They was drug mules.
They weren't drug mules. There were no drugs.
They didn't have time to complete the service.
And her
Why
being
do you
so,
think
her being
that?
so innocent, why she sitting there with an
you like
AR-15 across her
facts.
chest?
Why do you think that?
Because I read
What
the
fact do
report.
you
Tone
have
it
to base
down.
that on?
Tone it down.
Well, I'm very upset about
Well,
this because
tone
the
it
same
down.
shit happened to me.
Tone it down or we're done.
Okay, I can
Because
do that.
I mean, you know,
I can
be
appreciate
civil.
that.
Be civil.
All right,
We're
All right.
talking to you civil. You don't, because you don't want me.
I heard you.
You don't want me to raise my voice.
I heard you. You don't want me to raise mine either. That actually wasn't that loud.
Well, I haven't either.
Your actions physically are a little inciting, so be careful with that. I'm trying to be
Oh,
serious.
and back to,
Distance
but
from you,
we're gonna get
though.
off this subject of everything
How about
else.
you just
We're gonna
let
get
me
back on the
talk?
subject of everything else and back to where
Because
back to
that's one of my
Carrollton because
freedoms that you
that's not my
always
problem.
speak
I mean,
about.
I understand.
Jesus Christ.
I
dude.
understand that you got your things going on with the cops and stuff, and I
that's
respect
over.
I respect
That's
that.
over. We're winning that in the lawsuit.
Okay, but I respect that. That's
Now
your
we're
thing.
doing it for others.
But my thing is, why make a big deal in a town that you briefly come to once or twice?
Because the exact same
My son lives
things.
in this town.
Who's your son?
That's not important.
Listen to me.
But
Listen to me.
I'm here for a
The
reason.
exact same things that almost got me killed, her life injured, was
Which
Yeah.
he doesn't like me doing
the
this,
same
but by the time he
exact
realizes
things
why we did
happened
it, he'll have a different
with that
opinion
cop.
on it, and I'm sure
Except
others
for
will as
here's
well.
the difference. He mag dumped and
We're
killed
all
the
very
innocent girl.
stupid when it all comes out.
And that's what they teach them in the military.
No, man, these aren't military, they're cops.
You were taught to be a
He was in the
loyal
Marines.
follower
He
in
ain't
school.
shit in Marines when he's on the police patrol. Listen, here's what he was. He was a beat cop for LMPD. He was not trained in SWAT. He was not supposed to be going in anyone's house. He knew the rules. LMPD's been violating those rules for a long,
But he
long
didn't
time.
go in the house.
He did go in the house. He fell down in the door, in the doorway, in the hallway of the house.
I've watched the
shooting
video.
and mag dumping because he tripped over.
I've watched the video though.
What video?
the video of the video.
No, there wasn't one. They weren't wearing body
Then-
cams. The
no.
only video that exists is when the SWAT team got there 40 minutes later. That's who you watched video of. That was
Well,
40 minutes after the
Did
girl
somebody
was killed.
CGI'd it because it's all over YouTube?
No, it ain't. You're watching the SWAT team arriving 40 minutes later. And listen, you know what they were told to do? The medics for the SWAT? They were told to deal with the leg being shot, which was outside. They had put 5, I believe, rounds in Brianna. She was laying there bleeding out, and not one cop thought to send a medic into her.
I ain't gonna lie. If somebody shoots at me, I'm gonna shoot back. I mean,
So if someone broke in your house, you would shoot too, right?
to the point. I mean,
guarantee you
if
would.
they announce police, which you know,
No,
even
but
the
they
neighbors
didn't
said
do
they
that
did.
either.
The neighbors
they
said
didn't
they
do that
did.
either. They didn't announce police.
The neighbors said they did. See,
No,
you're
no,
hearing
no,
what
no,
the media's
no,
saying.
no. If you watched, then you know this. The AG said they did. The state's Attorney General Daniel Cameron, he's the one that said that. All of the witnesses, every neighbor, they had 5 different neighbors who witnessed, they all said no police announced, not once until after they started shooting.
I don't know. It's
So think about this, because I can tell you from experience, it happened to me, right? When my door came open, I thought it was my sister's husband, because me and him had just had an altercation, right? I had a family member die, and people were fighting over his belongings, right? So my sister had gotten her husband to try to come at me the day before. Well, I don't take no shit from nobody. You come up behind my back, I'm gonna turn around on you and tell you where to go with it, right? So that's what I had done to him. Well, he was talking on Facebook about it. He was contacting my family members, talking about how he's going to end up whooping my ass. So when my door busted open the very next night at dark, I thought it was him. Now, I don't need a gun to whoop my sister's husband. So when I went to the door to fuck his world up, I was just in my sleeping clothes, shorts and a robe. You know what I mean? So I walk up to that door, and next thing I know, boom, I'm shot at. What the fuck?
I
right?
watched the video.
They busted in my door and shot.
I watched y'all's video on
And
that woman's channel.
So I like on accident pushed the door back shut, and I had a window, and I put my hands in it, and I said, don't shoot, I don't know what's going on. Well, that's when they said police, okay? So I opened the door back up. Now I've got a 100-pound pit bull. And he was doing the same thing as me, ready to guard the house. So I open up the house, and I hold the dog back with my leg, or open the door, and I hold the dog back with my leg, and I said, please, why are you guys shooting? Why in the fuck are you shooting? I said, don't shoot. I understand you're police. I said, I'm coming out. I said, but I got a dog, and I don't want him to bite you. So I put my hands behind my back, kept my dog in. She comes up, grabs the dog, and starts recording. That's where the recording starts, okay? I go out, put my hands behind my back. He puts handcuffs on me. Next thing I know, Donovan Harrod, a bad cop, like LMPD has bad cops, jumps over the handrail, puts me in a full Nelson. I'm cuffed. He's got his handgun in his hand and he's beating me in the head, fucking slamming me into my porch roof. Just grabbed me out of the policeman's hands and start doing that. Then he pushed me down on the ground after smashing my face in a horse trailer. Dude, I wasn't fighting. Not at all. Next thing I know,
guys are juiced up, man.
next thing I know, I'm face first on the ground eating concrete, and I got 6 fucking dudes beating me with their ARs. I look up, she's doing this, recording it. I'm like, don't hurt her. As soon as I thought that, too late. Motherfucker seen her recorded, jumps off, no recording, and he goes over and yanks her arm, trying to get the phone out of her hand, which is why you don't reach for people's shit. Yanks the phone down, or yanks her arm down, breaks her fucking spine right in front of all of us. That's when the first inclination of calmness happened. As soon as they all realized they snapped her fucking spine. Think about that. That's me. You're standing here talking to a guy who didn't have any history with bad law enforcement, with law enforcement that was bad. You're talking to a guy who played in a band for 20 years with 5 officials. Okay? It shouldn't happen to me. It shouldn't happen to me.
But it was a false report.
But do you know what everyone said? No, it was a falsified document. The guy Donovan
But
Harrod,
I watched y'all's video that y'all said that it was
I'll
a
tell you how it
falsified
worked.
police report. Or a falsified call that y'all had drugs in the house.
No, you're not listening right then. Because here's what it was. Her ex-husband 12 years ago, her baby's dad, he hates her. He wants to do anything in the world to keep, he's jealous as shit. Still. He's married, moved on, still does it to her. She's not allowed to move on. She's not allowed to have a life. She's not allowed to be happy. So what he did, he started making false reports about her. So first he went to the Department of Child Services and started saying she was doing drugs. Well, they drug tested her, took her kids for a little, did all the shit that DCS does. She passed every drug test, proved that she wasn't doing nothing wrong. Move on. 2 weeks later, another fucking call for something, other bullshit. It just kept on going on and going on and going on and going on for 4 years. She had been seen and house exposed and gone through the system of DCS more than 23 fucking times in 4 years. 23. How at some point does somebody at a desk not say, oh, that guy's been calling on the same girl for 4 years now? How do they not catch that, right? Well, I'll tell you how. They're not doing their fucking job. That's how. Those are the people you're seeing in my video, the women that you say I'm not nice to, that's them. They're the ones that cause that damage. Literally them.
See, they're not, these women here.
Right?
These women.
Story.
Yo, okay.
Different subject.
Okay.
I'm talking about my channel.
I got you.
Talk about the content.
I got you.
People see me in these videos though that don't know me, and I'm getting worldwide on my channel, right? I get it. So I got a lot of people who don't know shit from Adam, that haven't watched the beginning videos, don't know my story, that watch it,
I looked up on you.
and they'll see a video where I'm telling a woman at a desk, "You need to do your fucking job. I'm sick of it." Right? Well, they don't know. The person who hasn't been following doesn't know that that's so-and-so who fucked up on her case and caused her to lose her kids for a year. You know what I'm saying? And that year caused a lot of damage to them kids. Now, let me fast forward for you because I know this is taking a long time. That same guy refused when DCS finally stopped him from making false reports. She won her court appeal at Supreme Court. We came down like hell on them, on the whole system, right? That's when we started doing this. We were proving that they had done all this shit. We're Supreme Court level. Supreme Court justice wrote her a 9-page document that said every single thing that's happened to you over the past 4 years is government's fault. We took that and we started going into the faces of all those people and saying, you're fucked, we're suing you. Next thing we know, Billy contacted the police and said that me and her were distributing drugs for the Mexican mafia. I shit you not. That's what he said. So Donovan Harrod, being the chief of detectives of narcotics, believed him because the guy's been a snitch and a narc for a long time after all his drug busts. That's where it started. So Donovan falsified information using 3 other officers that let him do it. 3 out of 6. You know what I'm saying? That's 50% of their team. 3 of them decided on purpose, yes, we want to see what's in this house because Donovan thinks there's drugs, and lied on a document to get a warrant. They had a warrant.
So right then and there, I think they should have hung.
You know what the warrant was for?
Guilty of it.
What's that?
Not drugs. None of the truth was on those documents. None of it. The truth was, Donovan got a false allegation. They wanted to roll with it. They conspired to do it, to do the procedure. They even called SWAT. They had a knock warrant. They were supposed to knock on my door during the daytime and have me come outside and say, hey, Chris, man, I'm so-and-so. We've been told, because here's what the warrant was for. My uncle had just died. He left me in charge of his estate. In the will, he specifically said, the motorcycle and the trailer, I don't want your family members to get it. I want you to make sure something honorable happens with it. That's what he said in the will. So that was the only thing I kept. Motorcycle and trailer. That was it. So they came to my house with a warrant. Guess what it was for?
Motorcycle and trailer.
Motorcycle and trailer, which was outside. So tell me what the fuck they were doing. They were cheating. And that's what these agencies are doing. And I don't like cheaters working in these law enforcement positions. I don't like cheaters working as judges. I don't like cheaters and liars being people that we're paying to do a job that our life depends on. Our life depends on these positions. Tiffany almost died. I almost died.
I've lived in Carrollton County all my life. So have they. We've never had the issues that y'all are talking about.
Because you
And
haven't
we've
suffered
had
the consequences of an officer like Miles Cosgrove.
Yes, we have.
That is so-
Yes, we have.
Well, you shouldn't.
Jamie Kimmel was worse than my
Why would you
Cosgrove.
be okay with it when you
We
know?
wasn't, and
Right.
they wouldn't do a thing about
Why are
it.
you waiting for him to do it again before
But
you
yet
care?
the ones that's against Cosgrove was praising Jimmy or Jamie.
I wasn't. I never
No,
did.
but the ones that you're hanging out with, that was
I
up
don't
here.
hang out with them.
I got a picture of
That
all
was
y'all
the
together.
First time I ever met them in person.
Come on
No,
now.
I swear to God, first time I ever met either one of them women in person. You talking about Amy and
Yeah.
Destiny? Very first time I've ever met them in
Well,
person.
they was all for Jamie. Jamie got put in jail and put in rehab in Alabama for
We're
drugs.
So he didn't go to Alabama.
No,
I
but
think y'all are
here's my
overthinking it,
thing.
though.
We had
Jamie
worse.
didn't go to Alabama
We had worse
What about Nick?
Then
what about
Cosgrove.
Nick
for
Morris?
rehab.
for years.
But why would you want Cosgrove?
Why wasn't they down here doing it for him?
I don't know, man. But why are you worried about
Because
that?
it's about
you
this.
Know the
It's
problem
about
is there
this.
now.
It's about this.
I agree with you. But I didn't have any involvement, or do I have any understanding to be able to communicate about that situation? Because I haven't done any research.
And the only reason she
and I
don't
don't
want
disbelieve you, because my experience,
Yeah.
just everywhere like that.
my thing about the sign is
You care if I smoke?
no, I was gonna grab one out of the truck.
There, I'll give you one.
Oh no, I can't smoke. Let me. Excuse me for a minute. Let me grab it. I won't pinch you. But you know, the thing about the sign is, if we had to put that sign up, Amy wouldn't be here.
Wait a minute, what?
If we had to put the sign up, Amy wouldn't be here.
Well, I personally find that sign offensive because of how it represents protecting someone who's known to have done something really, really bad.
But it's not
that cost
protecting.
a person their life.
But it's not protecting him. It's for the sheriff's department.
Yeah, but you didn't put it up until after he was here.
Be honest with you, a lot of us probably wouldn't have been doing this had they was having their march and we was down here for women's night.
And they brought everybody in.
They come
got
right.
everybody
They
involved.
was set a tent right here. They walked down where Nick Marsh's office is and got in our face and screamed at us, told us
They
to
should-
go home.
they should be
Told us to
screaming
go
at your
home.
Are we talking about that one group that was down here that one day?
Amy and Destiny.
Well, I don't
Amy
know them
walked
either,
down there,
but they
got
were
in my
that
face
group.
and screamed in my face, called me a mother and everything else.
I don't agree
And-
with initiating that type of behavior.
Well, here's another bad thing. They took their little march up at the funeral home. They had a layout up there. And they were screaming on a damn bullhorn,
Yeah.
F this, F that, and there was a
Fuck the
layout.
3%ers.
What would you do?
And the people from the funeral home came out and asked them to quiet down a little bit, and they said, "Fuck you. You didn't respect Breonna Taylor."
I was sitting right over there in my car.
laws that apply to
My
their
truck.
First Amendment. It's really actually complicated. It
But,
really is
but,
to learn.
but if it's your level, would you want that?
Listen, here's the way I see
The
it.
blue-haired one actually got mad at me.
A protest, to me, I'm very educated on the
Because
laws.
I didn't agree with it.
So when I see a law violation inside of a protest, I can
agree.
call it out.
Yeah.
That's why when she
I
came over
blame
and talked
that.
to me, I said, I'm
You
all
get
about
what- that's
peace
what
and
I do.
love.
That's what I do.
No violence.
But see,
no
where
hate.
you're passionate about against the cops and against Cosgrove and
Not
stuff.
against cops.
Well, but you know, like this sign, you're passionate against getting rid of it.
Yes, because it
We're
was
passionate about
representation.
keeping it.
Well,
And if
I-
it goes to court,
there's
we're
rules,
gonna
though.
get a lawyer
you
and we
gotta
can fight
follow
it.
the
There's
laws,
rules,
though.
There's rules about everything.
No,
All
well,
right, but you don't
yes,
dictate the
but you
rules
follow
for
them,
here.
though.
You dictate the rules for your house,
You follow,
but not here.
and you follow the rules when you're driving
You see what I mean?
or riding a bike.
That's
you
why I
don't.
asked him, can I come up and throw a sign in your front yard and leave it there? No.
But people can't just come up and get in your face and harass you. That's threatening. I mean, when people threaten you, that's
but
breaking the law.
You said that you don't take it out on everybody when somebody does something, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, what was I doing
I
With what?
threaten you.
when I came and the guy that was with you guys, he tried to grab my phone or swing on me. One
And
of the
see
other.
on the video
He
shows.
almost fell over that handrail trying to reach me.
And see, I
right?
kind of believe him because and I'm not trying to get an
Here, I'll
argument
show you
started.
how it was.
I'm not trying to get an argument started, but
But I'm telling you the
but
truth.
with the video, but
I was standing
but-
against this rail.
but with the
He was
video,
outside of that rail.
but with the
I had
video-
the tape out, and I'm telling you, the reason he didn't get the phone is because he couldn't reach me. I was too far away.
but with the video, it shows him right at your phone.
And I pulled it back.
And you should have never been arm's length from him.
It wasn't. He didn't reach it. Look, I was just like this.
Yes.
Right here. Me to you. He
Uh,
came, almost fell over the rail,
but
and I
again,
went like this
But again,
the whole time.
But again, you're supposed to be, I did enough rallies in 2020.
That wasn't a rally. I
No,
was
no,
just
no.
trying
But,
to address
but
the
here's
sign.
here. It's just an example.
Okay.
See, I'm trying to make an example to
Okay,
show you.
I'm following.
I did enough rallies in 2020 in Louisville. I did rallies in other cities in Kentucky.
Okay.
We never got close enough to like that. We never got. We didn't get in their face. We gave them their space. We gave. If we was going to do it, we would stand back and video.
Like you are right now.
Exactly.
Right?
Or we would even go further,
But I didn't have a problem
still
with you being right
we can
there.
still hear each other,
Right.
which is Kentucky law because protesters, counter-protesters have the same rights. The police is obligated by the First Amendment to protect you and to protect me.
Let us do it.
Exactly.
It-
Within us and keep us separated
No,
to
well-
a certain distance.
Actually, they don't have much say at all unless there's a law violation. And you're saying that there's a law that's distancing people apart. There never was until COVID. And that was actually not a law.
No.
Oh,
There's a
it's in the
policy.
Kentucky Constitution.
No.
Yes, I've got it.
What?
I've got it.
That you can't be close, then them two are breaking
No,
the law?
no. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. So you're twisting it.
No, I'm not trying to.
When you're like, say we're in a protest.
Okay.
You hate dogs, and I hate cats, but you like cats and I hate dogs.
Okay.
So,
That's not, a protest isn't
but-
between the civilians.
but listen to me. Listen. I'm getting to the point here.
Okay.
I'm getting to the point here. So we walk up on each other. We get right in each other's noses. Why do you think they put the barricades up in Louisville to separate the groups?
At that point, what you're talking about is already a situation that's unlawful because
You're about to
you're not
act.
understanding the difference between it being KRS for a different reason and for how it applies inside of protesting. That's where
Yes.
you're getting lost.
But it's like when they come down here.
Oh, hold on.
It's
Let
like
me
when they
finish.
come down here, though.
Because I can't, by law, come up on you aggressively.
No.
Okay? Because you have a right to defend yourself if I do so, even if I'm not going to hit you. But if you feel like I was going to hit you, you have a right to push me away or to stop me or to run or whatever you want to do. Because
Exactly.
the law does protect you in that. And it also keeps me from doing that to you. Okay? That's what the law is that you're thinking of. The law that I come at you and approach you from an aggressive manner. That's called disorderly.
Yes.
Okay? Now, and it could even be intimidation depending on what was being done in that moment, right? That applies even inside of a protest. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with a protest. It's a law that exists for the state.
Yeah.
And it can be applied, it can happen in a group protesting. As far as the First Amendment goes, I don't believe, personally, this is my opinion, okay, this ain't law. I don't believe in counter protesting. That is violating your own rights because laws are only written to stop people from doing certain things. No law is written to tell you what you can do. Laws are written to tell you what you can't do. All of constitutional law is written to the government to tell them what they cannot do, what they can't do. So they're not allowed to interfere with any of your Bill of Rights. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But they can still hold down law. So during a protest, which is First Amendment, which they can't get involved in, if they see law violations, they should take action for the law violations, no matter what's going on. even if it's during a protest, even if it's during, say, raid, right? Let me put it to you like this. Let's say that there was 3 police officers from the city police department that showed up to my house that night. They weren't involved with the warrant. They weren't involved with the raid. They got a call from the neighbor, said, holy shit, there's gunfire next door. They show up. When one of those city police officers saw Donovan beat me up in handcuffs, that's against the law. That cop should have intervened and said, look, I don't care if you got a warrant and you're doing everything right. You can't do that. It's illegal. That's what they're supposed to do no matter what the circumstances are. So when you apply that to protesting, the main rule to remember, the foundational rule, is that no government can interfere with what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay? Period.
Exactly.
But inside of that, if people are breaking laws inside of their jurisdictional authorities, they're supposed to take action. What you and me both know, what we've witnessed, is in Louisville, when those protests were
They're
happening, people were breaking fucking laws left and right, and not a single cop would step in and do their fucking job. I got a problem with that too. I got a problem with that
But
too.
they was told to stand down because let them have their
somebody didn't do their job.
So who told them to stand
the
down?
mayor,
Right.
and that's why he's not there.
Well, it wasn't just the mayor. It was the whole city authority, the whole city administration. Good work.
Which we've got totally off the point here.
Well, no, because it does apply. See, because we're on the same page. I think what you're misunderstanding is that I am definitely a constitutionalist. You got that right. I'm all about your rights, my rights, their rights, everyone's rights, as long as it ain't government, because government is the only ones that don't have them.
See, government is in their person.
I won't go into that
Under
because
You understand what I'm saying, though, right?
I've got my thoughts on that.
They
but-
don't have constitutional rights. They have a police constitution. And I stand for their police constitutional rights. I do that for cops all the time. I get just as many cops calling me who were done wrong as I do civilians calling me who were done wrong. With situations like my chief ain't following the law,
Look up Trading with the Enemies Act, and also treaties on arrest and false imprisonment.
Yeah.
But see,
You'll learn a lot.
the issue's going to be now with this sign is they had permission to put this sign up, and they moved it like they suggested.
Yeah.
But just hold on a
Questioning
minute.
the authority who
Hold
gave
on.
you
The
the
judge was
permission.
wrong. I talked to him.
But so now it's going to have to go. He's going to have to pull it between the whatever court they have in here, physical court, because
I just talked to him. I'll tell you what he's going to do. Now that there's been a case opened up involving the sign, he has to leave it until it's done. But at the end of it, he's determined that it's not a good idea to have it on the property for either of us.
so he's one of them we need to vote out.
He basically said, well, no, he just made a mistake. I wouldn't, dude, nobody's perfect, And I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm saying really assess it all. Because he might be a really, really fair judge. You know what I'm saying? And I have seen way worse judges than what I just met with that man right there. Like attitude problems.
There's going to be some
authority.
judges fall, and then these guys will get
The
the
last
picture
thing you
that
want
they
to do
better
is get a
know
worse
before
one.
they act.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, what we're stuck with when we elect officials is which one do we want that ain't great? You know what I mean? We get stuck there with
So
presidents.
so with
about
you
it,
telling us that
corporations-
he's done decided he's going to take that down, we should have contacted an attorney and go that route.
Well, no, because you won't have a legal basis. That you are not right for having it there. You don't have a right. You don't have a right to put it there.
Even though the state told us we could.
Correct. The state didn't.
Who is
That
the state?
man told you that you could. Will Height.
Who's the state?
They come out here and inspect it.
You said they.
Yeah.
You got to say who.
Hell, I don't know the people's
You
names.
got to know that.
State
If-
workers.
If you're ever going to file anything, they'll kick it out before it ever even goes to court if you don't have specific names.
Well, I mean,
badge numbers, positions.
if this is going to go through a trial and everything, it's going to give us time to get all this information.
You might be able to get it. We've
Because
gotten
the way
information
Carroll County courts are, they're kind of slow.
Well, sure.
They ever
All of
got-
them slow. I
They
mean,
Not
ever got
always.
the autopsy
Depends on-
back on that Hawkins guy down there?
uh,
The gentleman that died in the detention center.
oh, I don't know.
I don't even know if they've got the autopsy report back on that yet. That's been confidential.
I think they're probably selective on which things they push fast and which ones they don't. All courts are. If a cop wants a person charged, that shit, boom, it's done. People are in jail, they stay there. All that shit's done. That's all the same people, same processes, just different cases. They might take their time a little bit with this, but I doubt it because I'm pretty pussy. I want it all resolved.
And see, I'm pushy.
And look,
And
I want it
I mean,
resolved.
we've got
on this level too.
We've got
I like being able to come and talk to you like this. I enjoy that. I prefer that. Like that's what I wanted in the beginning. I didn't expect for it to turn out the way it did due to them actions. I don't like Ron because Ron threatens me on Facebook.
Who's Ron?
Ron Swam or Sammy.
Oh,
Does any of y'all know Ron
I don't know
Swami? Okay. Well, he's been threatening me on Facebook for months.
Drives a red truck. He was down here a little earlier.
So when he showed up, he was the very first person to show up. You got this guy over here making phone calls. I can hear him on the phone saying, "Hurry up and get here." I got that guy here from YouTube.
It's our community, though. I mean, you would probably do the same thing if you was in your community
I don't do that.
and standing up for something you believe in.
I'm great at handling my own. I really am. Like, I'll take an ass whooping for it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely take an ass whooping.
I would prefer myself to just fucking get it on over with and not make calls for other people to come. Because in my experience, other people come and never turns out good. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, though. Here's my thing. You know, we're sitting here talking. You're sitting here talking. But them bringing people out from outside, from Louisville, whenever we're trying to intimidate us, you know, even like him. I'm carrying, he's carrying. Trying to bring people carrying. Everybody in Carroll County carries.
Listen,
I mean,
guys.
it's not an intimidation
Listen, guys,
tactic.
I don't know who's who on between screen names on social media and in real life. I don't know. I haven't even bothered to try to learn your names. Okay, I promise you that. I'm just not. I'm not interested in pursuing anything against you guys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I have had literal death threats to myself, to hurt her, and to kill my horses in the past 3 days. So yes, my friend is armed. That's why I came like that. Answer. That's the answer. He's armed, I'm not.
Yeah.
I have never threatened any of you.
On his page, they threatened to come down here and cut the sign. They
but I
threatened to
haven't
paint the
threatened
sign.
any
And
of
put
you.
it
I
on
said I was going to pull the sign.
No,
Oh, no. You're talking
comments
about,
on
no,
your
that's not a threat,
YouTube.
dude.
The comments
the
on your
sign down's not a
TikTok.
threat.
People are talking about coming down here and painting a circle around it and putting a line through it and
Okay,
cutting it
you can
with
do that. You
a
can do
knife
that.
and stuff.
But listen, that
I
ain't
could
a threat.
autograph it.
A threat is making an act of violence, suggesting an act of violence. Spray painting a sign's not violent, guys.
To that level.
Well, don't
I mean-
compare it to someone saying they're going to kill my horses. Putting a line on a sign ain't got nothing to do with killing my horses, man. Come on. I love my horses, guys.
But then you go back to the same thing. All cops, comments on both your things. All cops need to die. They should all be
I don't allow
executed.
that on my page. Have you not
But
seen?
they're on
I
his.
delete those people.
But they're on his. All cops need to die.
Where?
Well,
On
they
mine?
don't
Show
know.
me.
On your TikTok.
Somebody pull it up and show me.
Look on your TikTok. Seriously,
Which video?
the one that you made about the sign, and the
don't
one
allow
about,
that on mine.
and the one on,
If it's on there?
and the one about
Just it right
the one
now.
where you're in the office with Andy and Keith. They're talking about all pigs need to die and all
I
that.
don't. People try that shit on mine, and
Well,
I
I mean-
block them.
I've been,
You know, I've had more
few
people that are pro-police do that to try to damage my page than I have people
let's
actually
do
believe that.
this the right way.
And they're on that one with Andy too, where you're in the office where
I've
they
got
hit the.
nothing about killing cops, bro.
I've got them all
I have not
screenshotted. I
deleted
mean,
any
If you
comments.
see it later, will you send him a screenshot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
send me something and I'll get
I'm
rid
sure
of it
he's
real
like
quick.
me.
I don't,
I'm
I
sure
don't
he don't want
type
that
of shit
filth on his stuff
nowhere
either.
near me.
We can't control what everybody says,
Yeah.
but we can monitor our page. And with my comment section, I don't always see it all. I try like hell, man. Like I will literally, after publishing a video, stay up for hours every other 15-minute increments. I'll scroll and see the new ones and try to read every one of them. But my God, some videos.
and I'll be honest with you. If this is Amy's way of getting us to quit coming down here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just getting rid of the sign, it's not going to stop us.
It's not. I have nothing on mine.
I mean, we have the
I
same
think-
right as she does
Well, I think the problem is why do you come on the same days?
because we can. Same
But why-
reason.
but why, though?
Same reason she comes down here. Same reason she came down here today. Why did
She came
she?
down here today because I called her.
Okay.
I wanted to meet her. I hadn't met her yet. That was my very first time meeting her. So I said, I'm going to be in Carrollton today. I'd like to meet you in
Oh, we knew you was gonna be here today.
Well, no, you didn't because I didn't know.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't know.
We knew.
I didn't know I was coming today. I
We-
was going to come Friday.
We knew you was coming today. Trust
you
me.
can assume that I'll be
Oh
here.
no, we knew you was. It was already put on Twitter that you was coming today.
Yeah, but people are saying all kinds of shit that ain't really
The one
fact.
that you met, put it all over her Twitter. You was coming today.
I didn't tell very many people until I was on my way. There was only 2 people that I told.
This was
And
last
one
night
of them
before she went to
didn't tell me, I
bed.
guarantee it. My lady
That's
didn't
what I
tell
said. You gotta watch.
Well, you told me
the
that I
crowd.
wasn't one.
I told you when yesterday, wasn't it?
Late. You didn't even tell me where. You were coming here
Right, I didn't tell you where, but it was
Right.
yesterday, wasn't it? When I told you that.
late last night.
But
That's
you
when
gotta
I
watch.
learned I was
You gotta
coming.
watch the crowd.
I intended on being here Friday. That's what I was going to do. And look, the only reason I plan it is because I do work. That's it. I have to work it around work.
But
So if it's because I didn't come on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, I promise you that's because I got other shit to do in my life. And if it's a day that I don't have a bunch of shit to do, I'm coming.
do you think I conveniently just rode through town and seen y'all down here?
The other day, I think it was phone calls to people.
Huh?
The last time I was here, I think what happened is people were called.
I didn't come the other day though.
No, you didn't. I don't remember you. Never
But-
saw you.
So let me ask you this. I mean, you say you guys, and I know that I believe one of the other guys said you guys been in the area for 65 years. Why don't you assist me? He's somewhere else, but I would love to sit down and let's call it, get all your buddies together here, and we'll meet somewhere. And I'll bring a bunch of information, and I'll show you what these guys are doing behind the scenes.
Or you guys bring issues
Hey,
that you've
if
had.
it was my brother, his ass will go to Guantanamo Bay.
But see what I'm saying too? Like if you're saying, you've already said that you've had issues within people in
And
the
I'm
government
being
doing things
honest
wrong.
with you folks.
These are the kind of
If
people,
you wanna-
we're the kind of people you want.
But see, that's the
You wanna
thing. They got
rally up
rid
a bunch
of
good
the
people,
ones that
you
was
claim
here
to be
doing
good
that.
people,
He's gone
you
now.
want
Yeah,
change for your
he
children's
can't
futures.
run no more.
Well, good. But
Let's
you
all
know
get
what?
together.
You could have maybe resolved it right away
I do.
with an auditor. You know,
No, because we tried.
An auditor?
No, with lawyers.
Well, here,
Lawyers don't do as much as
let
we
me. I'm gonna
Lawyers
shut
don't work
mine
as
down.
hard as- they don't- it's not
I don't like
personal
your
to
mayor
them.
either.
If you can pay them enough, maybe.
I didn't see
But usually, and I'm not saying that there aren't good lawyers, just like any other collective group.
I got a full
Most of
video
the time, lawyers
I don't do the
trying.
videos. I just do the shorts.
Most of the time, lawyers aren't trying to really get it done.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to make money and
Yeah.
it's an issue and they can do it. But we care. You know what I'm saying? Like people that do it. And you got to be careful within the auditor group too. Like you don't want somebody that fits wrong to come make a mess, right? Like,
Well, see what kills me is they're coming down here marching when they did their marches,
yeah, after
they
they
got-
hired Cosgrove.
but they got the city police protecting them down
It's
here.
not protection.
Who does?
Yes, it was.
I
No,
mean,
it's
yes.
called an escort.
No, they had protection. They was
But currently, the police chief does not work overtime.
No.
Does his.
but back to this thing. Okay,
They both pulled over.
but they're doing a detail. They're doing a detail to keep them safe, regardless.
Yes, escorting. They're supposed
So
to.
why would you holler 1 through 12 and F?
You mean,
Because
what were they
you know,
voicing during the protest? Okay, well, I'll explain to you where there is some
I
bending
mean,
of the law.
they don't have an issue with the city police, but they're hollering with the city police doing it.
I know, I get it. And look, it can be aggravating when people do it, but there's a boundary pushing statute that allows during a protest as long as it doesn't hurt a person.
Yeah, I know that.
And you can get arrested for it. So,
Yeah.
like, say, noise ordinance violation, a megaphone.
I don't
After
know who
8
they're
o'clock,
referring
it
to. If
fits
they're
all the
referring to me,
statutes.
you tell them they
The
can bring
cops
their
can
happy
arrest
ass
a
on down
protester
here.
Yeah.
who's pushing
And we'll
that
break
boundary.
out the law
And the
book
protester
and find
is
out.
knowingly
There's the man behind
allowing
all of it right there.
themselves to
Mr. Craig.
potentially get arrested for that thing.
He's got a lot of pull in this town, that man right there in that Jeep.
So if that person
Sits on a lot of boards, too.
was to do something that could cause harm
Oh,
or
man,
damage
Craig,
to
ain't
another
it?
person, then the cops aren't
Yeah, that's
supposed to be
Craig.
lenient about it at all.
Yeah.
Right? But there
Listen,
is a
I've been on the-
statute
I've checked
in
out the
your
bank and
constitutional
everything.
rights, and I can't remember the term for it,
I'm trying to
but it's
find out
basically
who does
saying
their
you can push
banking.
the envelope.
Oh,
Mr.
I know
Harris.
that. That's their
And
First
you're
Amendment
supposed
right.
to. You can read it in ACLU.
Yeah,
There's a whole
they passed
article about
that
it.
bullshit back in 2020 that they can cuss cops
the
and
answer
stuff.
to your,
But
your thing is this. Like, I agree with you. I don't think anybody should do anything illegal because you don't have to during a protest. You don't have to.
exactly.
You
Cost
can be
anything to be
completely-
fined.
Well, I mean, it's kind of degrading to, you know, my thing is it's kind of degrading to the cops that are doing the security detail when, you know, they're being courteous to them to do this. And, I mean, we couldn't even get the road shut down to do a veterans parade. But they're shutting down the roads to do a
They
protest.
should have done the Veterans Parade.
No.
Did you all ask for certain different roads?
Yes, they did. This road right here was the same one they marched on.
No, it's not about that. It's about time, place, manner.
Yeah,
So,
it was a
like,
weekend.
did they offer you another road to use or anything?
Nope. So this protest is more important than the veterans.
No, they didn't have a choice with the protest. See, because you're veterans.
But you can't legally
Right.
block a roadway in Kentucky.
Well, hold on. That's where your parade would fit. But like I told you, there is law. that protects pushing the boundaries if you're practicing an amendment.
And they was asked
Right.
multiple times to get on the sidewalk because that was the agreement. They would stay on the sidewalk. And then
that's the law.
a few bad apples got out
Right.
the road.
But here's the thing. So they have a legal right? It's outside of the actual ordinances of the city. And it is outside of the ordinance, right? But it's nonviolent. So by law, if they are doing a protest, that's First Amendment. So if that's the thing they're doing, not a parade, not a, anything else, only a protest, which is First Amendment, then you are allowed to do that law violation as long as you're not hurting anybody. See what I'm saying? They can't do nothing about it. So what you do, if you're smart cops, you put a detail out there to make sure everybody stays safe, and you follow them around till they're done. That's the best thing you can do, because the government is restricted, prohibited from interfering unless someone's doing something violent.
So I guess we need to go up here and talk to David when we get done here. We need to go up and talk to David when we leave here.
Yeah, he told me that, and you can go talk to him too. What he told me is that until this new process is
Wait a minute,
done,
what's this
he's
guy
not gonna
lying
do it.
about? He said we're claiming to be together, but we talk about each other on our sites.
I don't know.
I've
He
never
plays
said any
both
bad
sides,
thing about
man.
you. You say anything bad about me?
And I ain't said nothing bad about
Where's he
it.
getting that at? See, that's defamation of character
You're
right there.
sarcastic. He says bullshit on both sides. There's a lot of issues in your collective group. You're one of you
You seem like you're a
Matter of
level-headed
fact,
guy, but
dude,
the other
thank
guy
you
back
for
there
that.
chirping.
No, thank you.
No, thank you to the handshake.
No, thank you.
Because I respect the way you're
No,
behaving.
I
Look, man, you don't have to back your
that right
friends.
there.
You're your own man.
No, I support my community.
Yeah, but you're your own person. You can't support bad behavior and not say that it isn't your fault if you choose to say I support it, right? Here's what I do. I've lost a lot of friends, bro. You're a good guy. You got a level head. You know how to communicate with people.
Not usually.
You're seeing things from both perspectives. You're being civil. This group of people that you're with, you're the only one so far.
When
Now-
I'll put it out there. When we've done security at different places, it wasn't about this side. It wasn't about this side.
Right.
We was in the middle. We was to keep everybody safe.
Right.
And I don't know how many times we've been called white supremacists, like what you say in the videos and stuff.
Well, I said the group
And
is racial,
that's fine. They can call me a white supremacist, whatever. I when I die, I got to answer to God. I don't have
Well,
to
I'll
answer
put
to
it to you
nobody
like
else.
this. If you weren't in that group, the one that I read stuff in, then you wouldn't be involved when I said these people are.
Yeah. But the
I
way
wouldn't be talking about you
but the
anymore.
way I look at it,
I
people
hit
can
the delete button.
say anything they want to about me, but in the end, I got to answer to God.
That's it.
I'm going to say
That's
this.
it. That's all of us.
I
That's
have
not just
nothing
you.
bad to say
That's
about
everybody.
you. I do have some bad things to say about you. I do have reasons to say bad things about him and her. Now, that don't mean they're bad people,
No, they're good people.
I bet
They're
they
really
are.
good people.
but their behavior and the thing I'm saying they did wrong, I stand firm on believing that I'm in the right when I say that. And listen, I don't tolerate behavior that is harmful to other people, period. I would leave my own girlfriend if she behaved that way and didn't hear me when I said I can't be involved in that.
Right.
She knows that, and I respect the same from her end. If my old lady was to do something that I believe was hurting another person, I would turn to her and I'd say, don't do that with me. Don't do that with me. And we've done that to each other. We respect each other, and that's why we're still together. But I promise you, I will drop any relationship with any human being at any moment because of that.
And
This is
then
what I
here's the next issue. Here's one little minor issue. I mean, it's not a real big issue, but you was talking about city codes and stuff and ordinances. Them setting the table up and blocking the sidewalks
Well,
for
this
the
is on
handicap.
county here, where
Exactly.
the grass is, so county codes would apply, not to overpick it.
But
But you can put a table up as long as it's a collapsible, you can carry it and all that.
it can't block the sidewalk,
You can't block the sidewalk if someone's trying to pass.
and that's what they've been doing.
Do they move it when someone tries
No,
to pass?
they didn't move it till the city police come and made them move
Read
it.
that county or read that city ordinance, because sidewalk city.
Yes.
So read that city ordinance and see if you got a video.
So
look at it,
she
watch
can't
it,
point
say,
but she can't point fingers at we're doing something when she's doing it herself.
First thing all of you need to understand, Amy did not call me here.
Yes, she did, because she's put it on YouTube. Her buddy Chris, when all this started.
She didn't.
But here's the
She
thing.
did not
When
call
all
me.
this started, she said she had a private investigator from Indiana, which was you. She put your name on there, and she put the claim on there. Her
Clearing it
friend.
up right now, am I not?
Her friend, yeah, okay, but her friend, and she put on her friend Chris came over here and is going to take the sign down.
Okay, well, that part was true. That I was coming here to take the sign down.
But her friend Chris,
for the money.
Facebook friends. I
my
mean, we
shit's
just
not-
met.
my shit's
Listen,
not
she
monetized,
contacted me
dog.
after I did my first video here.
Hey,
After.
just keep working for Craig. He's got all
I
of
came
his
here
luck down
because
here,
I
boy.
learned from the news.
He's got it
that
all
they hired
in his
Miles.
pocket, don't he, boy?
I've been working on LMPD issues.
Keep working for Craig for peanuts. That's why he's got every fucking
I
thing.
knew who Miles Cosgrove was.
I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
'Cause the fools like
as
you that
soon
work
as
for a
I
piece
saw
of
that
shit
they
like
fucking
him.
hired him here, bro, I was gearing
You've been
up
mocking- you've been
to do
mocking
a
and shit
complaint
your whole time.
because
You've been
I know
chirping
what
like a
one of the
little
faults
fucking
with
parrot.
the government,
With
with
a
the
gun on your
police, law
side like
enforcement.
somebody's scared of
Listen
that
over
shit.
here. One of the things that I've learned that I can
you went over there
almost
talking
think
to
it's
the
going
boss?
to happen is
When you was foreman?
when a cop gets fired for something and he does something really,
No,
really
sir.
fucking wrong,
No, sir.
8
But
out of
is it
10
gonna hurt your
times
feelings when he
they
goes to
use
walk
their
out
own
and obey for
ability
what
and
he's done?
authority to cover the truth of that matter. And then the
I don't
cop
know if
ends
you
up
work
being
for him,
able
you
to
might be an
resign
accessory to the
before
fact.
they're charged,
There
which
you
they
go.
usually
Your
never
hands
even
might
get
not be
charged.
clean.
And then they get a job somewhere else
I'm
because it
not
doesn't
talking
affect
like
their
that.
licensing. So
You got something shady if you're down here. protecting
almost
a fucking
every
ass
time I
sheriff.
see a cop make a transfer,
Something wrong.
I research it.
Something going on somewhere.
easy.
I'm
Be
just
nice.
calling it the way it is.
Be nice,
I
You're
wouldn't
though.
down
pay
here.
any
You're
attention.
down here.
Be nice, because there's no
Supporting something.
there's no sense in raising your voice.
Well, he's been
not
chirping in the
everybody's being
background
as
all
cool as
along.
you.
You know,
you got to
you
say
know.
that. I've been nothing but more than professional with
Yes.
him, and he's been chirping like a
Yes.
parrot the
But
whole
yes.
time he's been standing here. And he ain't said a damn thing creditable out of his mouth since he's been here.
I had issues trying to communicate with him too.
You can't communicate with fools.
It's like talking
Well,
to a fucking
and that's
turtle
you
wall.
shouldn't even say that. That's
Well,
going
he's been saying-
beyond.
He's been calling
But
me a fool all along. Hey,
just let's be civil. I mean,
I am civil.
there's no sense in being a
We
fool.
are. We are.
I mean,
in this area.
There's no sense in being a fool.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Because we got to be careful. See, this is the problem.
on camera. I never said that.
This is the problem that a lot of people have, and I had this problem, and I had to work on that problem. We got to be very careful what comes out of our mouth and what one understands. I'm only responsible for what comes out of my mouth, not what you understand.
And we're not responsible what comes out of someone else's mouth
Exactly.
either.
Exactly.
Or their
So,
actions. But
I
I
agree
am
with this gentleman.
responsible to respond the way I choose.
I agree
You
with
know.
this gentleman when you guys were talking about, because I was here that day that you were talking about that lady hollering and cussing, the blue-haired lady. I was over there in my car, sitting right in that last parking spot. They come over and tried to get me to come over. And I would not come over, and I'll tell you the reason why I didn't come over, because she was out there in the middle of the road.
See, I don't
The
like
three-
it.
The first rally.
And I'm like, I don't want no part of it.
See, it wouldn't be so bad if they did it at one funeral.
Yeah.
They did it at two. There's a funeral. Yeah, they did it at a
Oh,
funeral.
that's fucking wrong, dude.
The first one, they was having a funeral right down there, and they was screaming. They asked them to turn the bullhorns this way.
Yeah.
Because you can get the same
Oh
effect.
no! Hey, look, interfering with a funeral is illegal as fuck. It's a federal
Twice.
violation. They should have
Twice.
Why didn't your sheriff arrest them? Arrest that person.
They were.
Hell, the coroner should have came and arrested him. That's
Twice.
what arrested
That's what I
him.
said.
You know, in a group or escorting them. I should
That's
say.
what I
Sheriff
said.
was.
No, the city police was escorting.
And they asked
Did they
them.
catch that? Did they see the person with the bullhorn at the
Yes,
funeral?
yes, and they told
And knew
them.
it was a funeral.
And they told
you
them.
guys need to push your government to do
And
their job.
they did it twice. And that's the thing. That's why a lot of us are pissed off. They have no
Be pissed at
respect.
that, because that was very disrespectful. and
They have no
unlawful.
respect.
Here's what you do to handle it though. Instead of getting mad at the whole group,
It's the people's
you
taxpayers
go to
who
the
are
cop
paying
and you
us
say,
tax.
"Why didn't you?" and show them the
The tax-
statute.
you guys
They
are
don't
paying
They
know,
us.
can't.
man.
They can't.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
No, you don't understand. They
And you know
can't.
what?
The city
sheriff
cops
might
can't.
back you
If
guys
it
because
happened on city
got a
property, you
personal
could.
relationship together.
It's a
with
federal
somebody that
violation.
doesn't have a personal relationship.
Like that was illegal. You know what I mean?
Not gonna be
But
the
it's
same.
it's
Listen,
it's
hold on.
the,
Let
it's
me-
the politics
let me
of
make
Carroll
an example
County.
of that. My camera caught that. Okay. If I can prove that car to that person and take it to the city PD and show them the statute of unsafe start, then they can take charges on that person no matter when,
Yeah.
unless it's past the statute of limitations. Same thing applies with the megaphone lady that you're talking about. If there was a person with a megaphone during a funeral service
Or three of
interrupting, if you
That's
had
a
3
disgusting
people
foul
interrupting
human
a
being.
funeral service and you did a
Like I told
recording
the mayor.
and you brought that federal statute to the PDs, as long as it's in their jurisdiction, they all have to do it.
Amy,
mayor
Summer, and I don't remember who the other lady was.
So you got to have the proof that they did it.
Should be
It's on
my
video.
ass right now, because he better be.
They're on video.
He better be, because I'm not kidding.
I'm not trying to
I'm
get
here to
everybody
send
in
you to
trouble,
one-
but
Oh,
what
I
I'm
know.
telling you is
I'm not
that's
here to
how
fight
you
with
handle
you.
those
Yeah.
occurrences.
I'm here to
And
send
when
you
the guy
to
walked
the
out
gallows,
and asked him to be
only
quiet,
gonna be
you know,
a short
to quiet
little
down
drop.
just a little bit,
Yeah.
as a respect,
Or-
they said, well, Breonna Taylor
Send
didn't
you
have no
guys to
respect. She
walk
was
out
killed in
the
her
road and hang out with
bedroom.
the fucking firing squad.
Well, that don't have
It's
nothing to do
it's
with the
their
funeral.
choice.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what we get.
Right. And listen, I'm not here to be the judge of everything that's happened in your county.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying-
here, listen, I'm
I
here
just met Chris. The
to
first time
teach
I've met
them
him
that they
in
have to
person.
do the
I
laws
talked to
for
him
you
yesterday
guys.
for the first time.
and that Miles
That is my
is
ultimate
not safe
goal,
for you.
is to
He
clean the act
cheats,
up, not
he
just in
lies
Carrollton,
on
across the
documentation
fucking
that
road.
can fucking kill you
Because
people.
everybody's children
And he's
are
done it.
suffering. And the
My-
grandchildren-
but-
He
but
didn't
see,
do
this
the
is what's
warrant
leading-
paperwork. I want to be
Fuck.
clear.
If the real
What
men
Miles
don't
did
step the
wrong
fuck
was
up
he
and
knew that all the people he was working with
the beta
were doing
males,
illegal
like Ryan
without
Gossett,
procedure. He
Meredith,
knew they
and
all
of
were.
these motherfuckers
I don't think
that are
Miles
cowards.
was high up enough to rank
They don't
enough
do anything
to
unless
have
there's
had anything to
15
do
or
with the
20 of them.
paperwork. But
That's
he
just got
knew
to
that
stop.
all 8 guys that he was with was not following the law,
Meredith fucked up
right?
when he put his hands
And
on my
when,
kid's
and
neck
then
and
on
I
top
found
of
out
that,
about it. You know who my son
push
is.
comes
He
to
said,
shove, we all know.
who
Being a police officer doing an active
He's
warrant
in the sheriff's
is
office.
dangerous,
He's a deputy.
Well,
right?
I-
We all know that.
I
We're
ain't
not
know.
cops. We can imagine how dangerous it
I
could
heard he
get.
come from
Oh,
County.
yeah.
And he's
If
got
you're a
bad
cop and you've
past.
been training and you've been taught to do it, right?
That seems
And here
to be the
comes your
norm.
moment to shine, and you
know
do
what I
it.
mean? It
But
seems to be
instead
the
of
norm.
doing it,
First was
you
Meredith,
fuck
and
the
then
whole thing
Costco.
up and end up killing somebody. You're not fit.
Where's
you
the
proved
mindset?
it. You're not fit.
Well, see
Where's
what
the
killed me
fact
about
that
all
it's
that,
the
and
mind?
it never came out because they got a video of him behind the car saying she shot. No, that was her. That was the boyfriend was behind the car, handcuffed, saying that he said she shot, and they said, what did she shoot? A 9mm.
Maybe.
And I'm
Maybe he did
like,
say
and
that.
I'm like, why would he say that she shot when he did it? I mean, you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
But just because someone misinforms or lies in the moment doesn't mean the other person didn't do their thing too.
Yeah.
Miles, Hankinson, Cosgrove, Hankinson, Goodlit, they all knew what they were doing, right? And it don't matter what the other people were doing, except for if they were doing something to kill them, then you would be able to protect them from that situation. But they weren't. Look, he was firing because they didn't announce, they didn't have a real warrant, and they broke in the house in the middle of the night with guns, right? And listen, I can only tell you this part from my experience. You don't know they're cops. You do not know. I promise you. There's no way of knowing. When that door comes open, and boom, it's done. It's over. You're already fucked. And if you did have a gun in your hand, you would have shot it. You would have.
More than likely.
However, if they were to follow the law, you would have known they were cops before they came through.
But they did away with no-knock warrants in Kentucky, so
That's not a no-knock warrant. They have always had to announce. Always. Prior to breach. Always. They don't do it, though.
well,
Bad cops don't do it.
in the end, me and you need to agree to disagree.
About
You're against the sheriff's department,
No, I'm against him hiring Miles Cosgrove.
and I support the sheriff's department. So, I mean,
But-
that's the
but
thing.
See, it's not the
That's
sheriff department. You're
But you see what I mean?
You're looking at me as like I'm against your thing, right? And I'm not.
What
I'm not against you supporting the sheriff's department. I'm against anyone supporting Miles Cosgrove working here at the sheriff's department. That is the only
I've met him like 4 times, and he seems like a decent
He
guy.
might be a decent guy, but he's a bad cop. Proven.
And see, until I see him do something bad, I can't prove he didn't.
See what he did bad already.
But he was doing his job.
No, he wasn't.
can
He
make
was
him do
breaking
it.
the rules.
He was
breaking
following
the law.
orders.
That ain't orders, man. If I order you right now to go do something, whether you work for me or not, if you know how bad it can turn out, you don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Let's say me and you are both contracting together, and I ask you, take that hammer, man, and throw it at that bitch in that
How he
top
stops
window,
and gets him a 30
and I'm your
pack every
boss,
night or whatever?
right? You don't do that.
No.
You wouldn't do it, right?
No.
Miles did. If he was following orders. I don't even think they were following orders because I don't think that secondary unit, the road unit that did it, I don't think they even told their superiors they were doing it. And that's what the DOJ reports are starting to reflect, is that their bosses literally would not have allowed them to do it. Now, that could be the bosses lying and covering their own asses too. But that is the facts that's already done. It's documented, it's proven, and the state confused everybody. The state confused everybody because they were trying to cover up. Right? The Daniel Cameron situation. He lied about what the jury said.
It's okay
He lied.
for him,
The jury
but it
said
ain't for
one
everybody
thing.
else.
He told the public the opposite of what they said. They all said they thought he was guilty. They're all coming out now and saying, they're whistleblowing on him. They're saying that is not what we said. And then they're also saying that they determined in that trial that we're okay. In that trial that the paperwork and all of the people, the jury had determined that they did not announce. Okay? Daniel Cameron came out and told you and let Miles Cosgrove off the hook. Even Brent Hankinson didn't get charged with murder because Cameron lied. He said they announced. That is the factor in law that determines whether or not it was murder or not, is announcing. So when he lied about the announcing, that's lying about it being murder. Miles would have been charged with murder, and now he can't, and the reason he's still free to be a cop is because an Eighth Amendment, double jeopardy. They can't charge him same thing twice.
Yeah.
So the only reason he's free right now is because Daniel Cameron, state's attorney, lied to you and me. That pisses me off.
But see, that's the thing. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think they're bad people. You know, I give people benefit of the doubt. That's the way I was raised. I was raised to give people benefit of the doubt. Granted, you know, things happen in people's lives that they don't expect. I mean, I know it's bad that the girl got killed. I ain't gonna deny that.
Right.
It was bad she got killed. But until he does something, you know, to me or somebody in our community.
Why's it gotta be to you, bro?
You think he hasn't done anything to the
Why's it
people in
gotta
the
be to
community?
you? Why can't it be for Breonna? You know what I'm saying?
So would you want somebody to step up and
But
try to protect
here's my
your children
thing.
if that happened to
But
your
here's my
kids?
thing.
See?
Here, if it was, you know, I'm like you on that.
If the statement was "I the people," I could back you on that.
Yeah.
But when the statement is "we the people," you have to hear us too. And
But-
what we're saying is right.
But
As-
if her
as far as
family,
the law
but
and
if
the
her
proof.
family wanted y'all out here doing this, wouldn't they be giving y'all some $12 million?
No. Why? I would not take their money.
I'm just saying, though, would she offer it though?
Oh
I don't
I
want
wouldn't.
money.
Look, man, if people stand up for me and Tiff, God love them for doing it, and that support means everything right here. I promise you, dude.
I'm gonna,
Has she thanked you
You know
though?
what people do? You know what people did to us for the first year after our raid? They accused us of drugs. That's what they did. Just like your friends are doing right now. Exactly. They said she and I didn't have anything on us at the time. They said she's abused her children. They said that I beat her up. Everybody was making all these false allegations, completely fucking fake, right? And we had nobody supporting us. I created my YouTube channel. I put the facts, the proof to the raid. It's a 3-part series. It sucked editing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to do it on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook attacked me. Facebook sucks for bootlickers, man. They will attack the victim each and every time on Facebook. So I moved it over to YouTube, and because it was a place I could put all the video footage that I wanted to give to the public, enough to prove what happened. As soon as I did that, man, we started getting people that were going, "I'm sorry that happened to you. You know what? That ain't worth money.
And here's
What that's worth is equal gratitude.
Oh yeah.
When someone does that for you and you're in that situation, you become a person again.
I wasn't saying that y'all would take it. I'm just saying though, has she personally come up and thanked y'all or anything?
It's irrelevant. You know what I mean?
I mean-
I'm not going to I won't even play that on video if I do want it.
Yeah.
I just feel like that was.
Well, this is between me and you though. I'm just asking.
is.
Has she come up and asked
On
you?
that, no, I don't. I have no idea where that came from. To me, that was just like, that statement didn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
For what?
To offer me money to do.
I'm just saying in gratitude of doing what you're doing. Now, I'm not talking about money wise.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
even saying thank you.
She does.
Everybody does. And
Yeah.
But
He's talking about Brianna's family.
I'm
They
talking
do.
about the main family. Have they personally told you thank you?
Not yet, but we haven't met, and I guarantee if I meet Brianna's
See, her aunt's been down here
sister-
twice.
Yeah, but I wasn't here.
With
Now,
Cortez
you're
Rice.
asking about me personally.
Yeah.
I haven't because we've never talked.
Okay.
But if we did talk, I guarantee you they would thank
And
us
I
for
never
what we've done.
expect a thank you.
But
Ever.
I don't expect one. you know, because when you start getting support, you couldn't catch every single thank you owe because your heart is completely consumed with thank yous, right? I mean, I would, when I started getting support after what happened to us, I literally could have gone around saying thank you as nothing else all day long, every day until now, and it still wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, we're going to miss some. We're going to miss some people supporting us, and we don't mean to, you know, and I try to do that using the channel too. I say, at the end of everything, I say, I love each and every one of you. And I mean everybody, right? Because they're there supporting, you know, and the ones that are not supporting, I know you might not believe this, but if you listen to me now and then look and watch, you'll see it for yourself. Most of the people that put comments that are like violent, like towards cops, they're literally coming from what they call troll channels. They're haters of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they come over and try to fuck with our channels by saying shit like that. And they even make phone calls to police stations when we put the numbers up and say shit like, we're going to fuck your family up and shit like that. It is literally the bootlickers doing that. Not all of them. Sometimes it is just an angry person that I don't agree with their belief. But the majority of those, we've caught them. We found out who they were, their screen names, followed them back to a troll channel where they're subbed. You know what I'm saying? You're like, these sons of bitches, man, out there trying to turn everybody against each other. But you okay, babe? Well, we probably got to get going soon. I appreciate a civil conversation.
This is the way it should be. We should sit and talk. No, you don't not scream it. Because if you scream at each other, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
Look, all it got was an almost incident and people charged the other day, and nobody offered what you're doing. He started to, the dude with the cut off sleeves. He started to, but he was being real sarcastic and true.
Yes.
And then
That's just him.
well, but how is anybody going to communicate with that? How you going to be civil with someone who gets rude? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't take no shit.
Because it's all respect.
You know?
It's mutual.
Exactly, respect. is
Exactly. And it's like I
Goes a long
said,
way.
y'all are wanting to sign down, we're wanting to sign up. You know, you're going through that process, we got to go through another process.
Well,
So,
here's what we're saying. And I said that, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
There's a difference. You have the right to put a sign up at your house.
Yes.
You just don't have the right to put it here, post it as a public support.
but Ben's we're making a big deal out of this sign. Now we're going to start going around taking pictures of them on the roadways, and they need to all come down.
Yeah,
no matter what they're for.
I'll back you.
No matter what they're for.
back you.
Because if they're going to take that sign down, then all the fair signs, church signs,
Like I was telling her.
I didn't hear you.
dinner signs, or anything, they need to come down.
Right. Well, I'll tell you
It don't matter what that
There's
sign's
other
for.
ways it could have been resolved, and I didn't want to do
Let
it
'em
because
have
they're
it. I
true.
mean-
Look, guys,
But listen,
check
we
this
can't
out.
break one law because that's one law.
Every law
That's
should
what
be
I said,
followed, and then
when y'all-
everybody's equal.
I'm
You
talking
know
about
what I'm saying?
that's the way we feel.
As long as
Right.
everyone's following it, the
you
law,
know,
then
because
you have to play the game equally.
We wouldn't
See-
have our freedoms that we have.
See, if Amy had come over that
Right.
day,
You're a sweetheart, by the way. Thank you for being civil.
if Amy had come over that day and talked
And
like we
that's-
are, instead of
that's
getting in
why I
my
don't
face and
care.
calling me an MF and everything,
They blame me, and
we would have been,
that.
we would have got along,
Right.
and I wouldn't have been back down here.
Right, I get that.
But
don't
when she
hold-
got- when
you
she
know,
got in
don't
my
think
face-
I have any responsibility for Amy because I don't.
But when she got in my face, that just made me want to do it more. I'm like you. When somebody gets in your face, you want to do it more.
I think,
No,
like if
I'm going to draw the law out of it. And so
I think it's
if it was a
summer.
law violation, I'm going to prove it. So I'm not
the
going to
truth
go
is,
away.
I was hoping
I'm not
somebody
either.
would Took it over because Amy's hates too all over the place.
Well, you guys have to
The
understand,
Christians-
like, I can't do nothing about it.
Oh, we know
I know
that.
that, but
And I do
breaking everybody
separate
into
myself
it.
like I said for you. If I was next to Amy and she did something that I didn't agree with, I would park.
Summer did.
You get
When
what I'm
she come and
saying?
jumped in my face, Summer did.
I get
I
it.
had to give her.
That's
But
why
listen,
Summer ain't been back.
We don't need extra animosity for other people's actions in which we have no control of.
Exactly.
We need to only point the finger at the people who do the thing every time. Okay.
Well,
Age is catching
y'all
up.
be careful going back. I can't do it.
Why not?
How about me?
What's wrong with that?
No.
All right, I'm gonna
No.